Look at Thursday morning in Alaska. We are seeing that unsettled weather pattern continue to remain locked in place, but there's some good news as we welcome in the weekend. We certainly have been spoiled when it comes to our weekends, and that's going to be the case again as we welcome in our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's go ahead and get to those details, but first we're going to give you a live look. You can see out towards Ketchikan, we've got those cruise ships docking. We've got beautiful conditions out towards the southern inner channel. Still expected to see some rain for parts of southeast for the remainder of today, although it's going to be greatly limited compared to what we saw yesterday, where parts of the Panhandle saw upwards of an inch of rainfall. For today, though, speaking of that rain here in South Central, we saw record rain yesterday at just over a half an inch. That brings us to right outside the top 10 wettest Junes on record. In fact, looking at the month as a whole, roughly 60% of the month has brought some rain showers across the region, and it's the second day just this month that we've seen above 4/10 of an inch of rainfall. Last time that occurred was last Wednesday when we did see that wet weather pattern as well. Good news is we're already beginning to dry out across the region. We're still seeing some showery activity across South Central. That will linger throughout the afternoon hours before we do begin to see some drier conditions. The sunshine, unfortunately, not expected to see some of it today. We will begin to see those clouds break into our Friday and Saturday. At best, if we see some clouds break, it'll likely be through parts of the Kenai as well as into the northern parts of the Matsu Valley. But you can see those clouds still remain with us. That is a time lapse overlooking Lake Hood, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures today sitting in the 50s. Currently at 54 degrees. We are seeing rain showers still impacting parts of Anchorage as well as South Central, with a bulk of the precip really taking hold across Prince William Sound, where we could see up to an inch to an inch and a half of rainfall. 38 degrees in Ukqiavik. We got some sunshine in Nome at 55, but you can see a large portion of the state remains enveloped up under those overcast skies. That is keeping temperatures several degrees cooler. For us here in South Central, we're talking about our afternoon highs the past several days staying 5 to 10 degrees below average. So we've been seeing these series of lows that are just bringing us day after day of rain showers, overcast skies, not only here in South Central, but you can see through the interior. Good news, that area of low pressure just to the south of Bristol Bay and Lake and Peninsula, that's weakening as it pulls off to the east, and we're going to be in between systems, which means tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, we are going to be talking about some sunshine returning to the region. For today, though, still holding on to the rain. We may see some peaks of sunshine later today, but don't hold your breath on that. We are going to see those temperatures staying in the upper 50s across South Central, with some 60s looking possible through the Matsu Valley and in the Copper River Basin. That's where we could manage to warm into the mid 60s. So you can see holding on with that rainfall chance through the remainder of today. Of course, for your Thursday, we are going to be largely dry compared to what we saw yesterday, which was a very wet day across South Central. And then what we're going to be watching as we welcome in the weekend, you can see rain showers still set to impact southeast in the days ahead, but we're going to be in between systems here in South Central. We could see a hit or miss shower potential tomorrow, but those clouds are going to begin to break. We're going to call it partly sunny to mostly cloudy for your Friday, and then by Saturday, there is really good signs that we could be seeing mostly sunny conditions. At worst, we'll be seeing partly cloudy skies, but still expected to see a gorgeous stretch of weather. And those temperatures are going to warm with it as well. We're going to be talking about temperatures climbing back into the mid to upper 60s. So a dry and sunny weekend. If you have any plans to get outdoors, celebrate that holiday weekend. You know, July 4th starts Tuesday, or July 4th is Tuesday, not starts Tuesday, but we are going to see that return to some showery activity next week, which means clouds return and temperatures are going to drop back into the upper 50s and lower 60s. So this weekend certainly shaping up to be a nice one. One thing I do want to pinpoint here when we're talking about this areas of low pressure, notice what happens out towards the Aleutians, just south of the Aleutians, as we welcome in the beginning of next week. We begin to see another area of low pressure that's going to deepen and strengthen just south of the Aleutians, and that means we're going to see more of the same weather pattern beyond Sunday. That means those clouds will return. Chance for some showers stays with us. Right now, not looking widespread at all, just some isolated to scattered activity for your July 4th. But we are expected to remain up under this weather pattern that is going to keep us with more showery showery activity. But again, the top 10 wettest June. We are expecting a warm weekend. And speaking of, as we shift to July, there is signs that beyond about July 12th through the 14th, somewhere beyond that, we could see signs that summer is going to make a return. It looks possible that we could see a ridge beginning to build back into the state. Of course, that's well over 2 weeks away. Certainly something to watch, but there is signs that we could see some summer returning as we welcome in the latter part of July. Speaking of that 7-day forecast, we got those temperatures low to mid 60s tomorrow, 66 Saturday. There is the outside chance that East Anchorage, parts of the valley, as well as Copper River Basin could warm into the lower 70s. Right now holding at partly cloudy skies, but there is very good signs that we could see mostly sunny conditions Saturday. Still gorgeous Sunday, and then just a slight chance for showers Monday. And you can see by July 4th, as those clouds build right back in, we are going to see those afternoon highs dropping back into the 60s. If you're not a fan of the cold weather, you have to look at the pros with the weather pattern we've been situated up under. Wildfire potential across the state has been greatly suppressed. We're seeing less than 1,500 acres burned. We're also not dealing with drought conditions, and while mosquitoes certainly are still out, those rainy, windy days certainly helps limit just how much they get out and about and swarm around. So enjoy this weekend. It is going to be a nice one, giving you another live look outside at Ketchikan. Again, still holding on to some of that cloud coverage, but beautiful conditions for parts of southeast where those temperatures are going to warm into the 60s with just some scattered rain showers through the day. Of course, we'll have more on that coming up at noon, as well as the evening shows. For now, have a gorgeous Thursday.